Let's take a moment to talk about the writing process as a literacy. Earlier in this module, we discussed how a literacy is a set of skills. Beginning in this video, we'll be learning how to think of the writing process as not just a description of what we do when we write, but as a set of skills that can be practiced and improved. The first step is learning to disrupt our own natural processes when we approach a piece of writing. Often, when we approach a writing task, we combine a number of steps in the writing process, and we do so unconsciously. So, for example, when I compose an email, I might combine invention, planning, and drafting by just sitting down and writing. When I do this, I'm not going to be totally sure what I am going to end up with until I get to the end of my email. Now, imagine if I slow down and break apart the steps in composing that email. Let's say I pause and ask myself, what am I trying to accomplish in this communication? Why am I doing it now? Then, imagine that I take those ideas and jot down a short plan aimed at accomplishing the purpose that I came up with in my previous musings. From there, let's say I compose my email, paying close attention to the plan I just came up with. In this scenario, it is almost certain that the second approach to the email is going to result in a better piece of writing. The simple act of breaking apart the early steps in the writing process and being more deliberate about them will make the written artifact more directed and thoughtful. If I went further and revised the edited email, something unfortunately many people do not do, the email would be even stronger. The point in all of this is that the simple act of the writing process as a literacy and approaching it as such will almost always lead to better writing. This improvement will be increased further as we learn more tools and techniques directed at each individual step in the writing process. We'll cover a number of these tools and techniques throughout our course.